the cat alarm went off at like 5:45. I gotta say he smells a little bit of poop. But I think that I just experienced my first hot flashes. Hi and welcome back to another ordinary week in my life as a 41-year-old perimenopausal, child-free woman living in Berlin, Germany with my husband and our 2 fluffy cats. I feel like this vlog is not exactly the most fun one I've ever done, since I've had what I believe to be a cycle with very low estrogen and also very low mood. I gotta say that I've genuinely been struggling a fair bit with peri symptoms over the last few months, especially fatigue, brain fog, and just general low mood. But as I'm recording this voiceover, I've already had my follow-up appointment with my GP and I'm feeling quite hopeful. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, welcome, and I hope you enjoy watching. It's Monday. It's lunchtime and I'm about to meal prep. Excuse me, I feel like sometimes I'm just talking very slowly, very not, high energy, like you may be supposed to in a vlog. I don't know. I feel like today is one of those days. It's the second day of my period, which is totally fine. I'm actually feeling worse than yesterday, to be honest though. It's weird. Yesterday was a very productive, happy day for me. But today, first of all, it's Monday. Second, it's a very gray day. And also, I'm coming off of my progesterone. And I think that's why I'm feeling so low. The day before yesterday, I still took 100 milligrams of progesterone. Yesterday, I took 50 milligrams. And today, I'm just in a weird, funky mood. I'm just not motivated at all to do anything. I think I'm just gonna take a nap and hope that it's gonna get better afterwards. One thing I am excited about is to eat. I'm really excited to finally meal prep again. I haven't meal prepped in, a couple of weeks, I think. It's 4 p.m. I actually went on my second mini walk just now, half an hour ago, but I'm starting to feel a little bit better. But I don't know, it's a weird week. I really don't have that much to do at work. And I'm actually trying to get myself motivated to start learning for a certification. But yeah, at the same time, it's only 1 hour until I slowly but surely need to get ready to go to the gym tonight. But yeah, I think I will actually get started, use the 1 hour that I have, just see how far I get. The hardest part is getting started. That's what they say. So let's see. It's Tuesday and I'm pretty tired. First of all, I wasn't able to fall asleep last night. I think, again, it was because I did not take any progesterone. I also ended up deciding to read because I was might as well, instead of just lying awake and thinking of, a million different things. I started reading City of Girls a couple weeks ago by Elizabeth Gilbert and really enjoyed it so far. I ended up reading for at least an hour and a half. Finally turned off the lights at 12 p.m. Fell asleep. The cat alarm went off at 5:45, I think, and then the alarm went off at 6. And we actually had a doctor's appointment with, no, God, I'm too tired. We had a vet appointment this morning with one of our cats who I think I mentioned previously has arthritis, and it's basically been confirmed today. And yeah, going to the vet is not fun at all, especially with this cat. He just hates the vet and is not a very good patient. But anyway, I slept for 6 hours max. I'm extremely exhausted today. Mentally, I feel better than yesterday, but still I'm super tired. And once again, I have a very slow week when it comes to work, and I'm trying to focus on my certification training, and I'm God. Getting distracted really easily. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have lunch soon, take a good long nap, and then I hope I'll be able to focus. I just got done with the first section of the course and it's actually more interesting than I thought it would be. And I even got all of the test exam questions right, which I didn't expect. And that actually gave me a little bit of a boost right now and makes me more excited about learning about the cloud. Who would have thought? I'm making a short break. I'm gonna clean up the kitchen, have my pre-workout snack, and I'm still, or like once again, I'm feeling really tired today. I'm really looking forward for this day to be over and to hopefully have a good night's sleep tonight, and then tomorrow's gonna be a new day. I'm on my way home from another dental cleaning. I feel like it's actually quite funny to think that it's been exactly 6 months since it's probably been one of my first videos ever that I went to my last dental cleaning. I don't know if any of you remember. I don't know if anyone has been around for such a long time, but I did talk to my, I don't know what they're called, dental clinician about perimenopause back then, because we were talking about how teeth change, and especially like your gums, they change as you like just get older and your hormones change. But while she didn't know that, she didn't know anything about perimenopause, and I was just at the beginning of getting into the subject and just sharing what I knew back then, and that I was gonna go or like try to go on hormone therapy and all of that. Back then she was like, oh, that's so interesting. I've been feeling like super fatigued and just really achy all over, and maybe that's happening to me as well. And today I was really excited to see how she was doing and if she had any updates. And apparently she has totally forgotten about our conversation. And I'm like, oh no. I mean, you can't blame her. She talks to a dozen people every single week, random people like me that she sees twice per year. But I was kind of hoping that she had gotten more educated and maybe also potentially gotten on hormone therapy, because I feel like since she apparently had been suffering with all of these symptoms, I don't know, could have helped her. But I also didn't want to push the topic because I don't really know her at all. Anyway, I gotta go back home and get back to work. I'm back home from the dentist and someone was very excited for me to come back home. I gotta say, he smells a little bit of poop. Did you have an accident? But yeah, one thing I've been thinking about a lot is when I actually started perimenopause. And I feel like it must have been at age 37, 38, probably around 38. Because looking back, I feel like that's first and foremost when my mood started changing. I feel like at the same time, it was the middle of COVID. It was also when I had to give up trying to build my own business back then, which really affected my mental health and also made me end up going to a therapist back then for a couple years. But I feel like in hindsight, that's, oh baby, oh, ow. He left some fluff. But yeah, I feel like in hindsight, that's probably when it all started, when I also became a lot less resilient. Also when I started to just go out a lot less. I mean, at the same time, I don't know, I feel like it's hard to pinpoint. It's also when I started to stop drinking alcohol for the most part. It's difficult to say, but I feel like that's when I definitely noticed a change in my mood and like general behavior, that I was just way less outgoing and all of that. Oh, and also, I told you before that I've been tracking my cycles for almost 6 years, I think. And I was looking back on my cycles and found out that around 5 years ago is when it started that my cycles started to shift. They had been fluctuating between 31 and then 21 days was probably the shortest, and then they settled around 23 days. But yeah, looking back, something I didn't realize and had totally forgotten about, because my cycles have been this short for quite a few years now. For me, it's become the new normal. but I guess I've already gone through this period of changing cycles. I don't know, I'm just trying to recreate or just assure myself that it's perimenopause and that it's not all in my head. I don't know, let's see. I do have my GP appointment next Thursday. I'm really excited. Also a little bit hesitant because I don't really know what I should ask her for. Probably estrogen. Let's see how it goes. I just got home from the dinner with my colleagues. It's almost 12 p.m. It's quite late and I'm quite tired. All I know is that I think that I just experienced my first conscious episode of hot flashes. Is that a thing? I feel like I was sitting at this restaurant. It was quite a hot day today. And especially later tonight, I started to notice that it was just getting really hot. And then I was just getting sort of back to normal. And then I was getting really hot again. And then I was on my bike back home just now. And I started sweating like crazy. Not just sweating, but just this weird like hot feeling in my body. Again, recently I've been thinking about and analyzing a lot, like when this all started. And also I started realizing that I've been feeling like unreasonably warm or hot after drinking herbal tea, things like that. And just last night I woke up and I was feeling really hot. Like I wasn't sweating or anything, but just like really warm. And I'm like, is this happening? Anyway, I think I'm gonna take a quick shower. I feel quite sweaty and disgusting, and then it's time for bed. It's Thursday night and I feel like somehow this week just flew by. It's been such a weird week. I gotta say, although I usually try to keep things like light on this channel, I've been feeling really low this entire week so far. I think it's day 5 of my cycle and usually I'm starting to feel really good, really like happy, positive, motivated, feeling kind of good in my body, feeling like just good in general. But this week, no, it's just not happening. I don't know. I don't know if it's the fact that it's raining again. I don't know if it's stuff that's going on at work, or I don't know if it's hormonal. And I feel like it's probably a combination of all of these things. But I've been feeling so low, like, what's going on? And picking up from what I said last night, I feel like I've still been getting these, I guess I can call them warm flushes quite often today. I guess they're not proper hot flushes from what I've been reading, what other women experience, but apparently it can differ a lot from person to person. And I don't know, I've just been having these really like warm, hot, weird sensations where I'm also sometimes starting to sweat a little bit. I was actually vacuuming the apartment earlier and I had this weird sweat coming on, which is, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to make things up. Maybe it's also placebo or something, but maybe it is the beginning of warm or hot flashes. I've definitely had cold flushes before. And I definitely had them a few times before starting on progesterone. And then they went away. And then this last cycle, like just before my period, I did have cold flashes again. Anyway, sorry, I feel like I'm a little bit of a downer tonight. And I think I'm just gonna watch some YouTube. And yeah, I guess I'll check in tomorrow or on the weekend. It's Friday night, not night. It's Friday, 5 p.m. It's Friday evening. And I'm finally starting to feel better. Oh my goodness. I don't know what that was, but man, did I feel down over the last 4 to 5 days. Not fun. Anyway, had quite the busy day at work today. We did have an incident. I work in IT, I guess if you know, you know. So that was a little bit stressful, but not too bad. Didn't get the things done that I wanted to get done, but that's fine. And yeah, in about an hour, a friend of mine will come over and let's see, either we are gonna order in or go out for dinner tonight. And then I'm gonna meet another friend tomorrow, and then otherwise it's gonna be a very chill weekend. My husband is actually visiting his parents, so I am home alone, which on the one hand can be kind of chill, but on the other hand, since he started working from the office every single day, I feel like it would be nice to have him home. Also, the weather is supposed to be better than predicted, so really looking forward to the weekend. Hopefully my mood's gonna pick up even more. I'm still not feeling like super great, but at least a whole lot better. And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm wishing you a lovely day, night, evening, wherever you are, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!